Well, can you have a couple of days earlier on in the week to effectively take stock after the 46-game season? Then the players start to focus on what other managers in playoffs I've heard describe as, you know, a new mini season of 4 teams. Is that the way you look at it?
Yeah, you have to look forward, make sure you don't look back, which is great, you know, to be at this stage of the season and still have a chance. You know, we're very proud of what we've done this year. Whoever you're going to play in League One playoffs, you're going to be tough games because the standard's high this year. But we're looking forward to the challenge, and that's exactly what it is, a big challenge.
A little different from last year. Last year you finished 5th and you were playing the biggest team in the playoffs, and people were saying, well, Millwall are the underdogs. This year, by virtue of your league position, if not perhaps the spending power, people say, well, Millwall are the favourites to go through. Does that make any odds?
Well, it's nice that, you know, people regard us like that, you know, and people have spoke very well of us, and, you know, that's testament to the players, what they've done over the last 2 seasons. I'm looking at Huddersfield, and outside of Southampton, they're by far the biggest spenders in the league. Yes, it is going to be tricky, and, you know, they've beaten us there recently, albeit 1-0, where, you know, I don't think we played our best up there, but we went down fighting, and in the second half we did put some pressure on them without, I don't think, playing particularly well. I'm looking for a better performance than we put on at the Gale Farm last time a month ago, but you know, it will be difficult and it will be tight, and I'm sure it'll be a great game.
For the 6th time, Millwall sought to win promotion via the playoffs. The previous 5 occasions had all ended in failure, and Millwall would start this time round at the Gale Farm Stadium, Huddersfield, where they'd been beaten just a month earlier in the league. How much would the painful defeat from 12 months previously inspire this Lions side to make Millwall history?
Played in by Craig, and the header was by Steve Morrison. Morrison, who was involved in a non-league playoff semi-final last year with Stevenage, as indeed was his opposite number, Lee Novak, who was playing for Gateshead in the Blue Square North playoff. They did eventually win the final, Novak himself having scored in the semi-final against Southport. Here's Drinkwater. And Roberts did well to bring that under control. It took a deflection that off Smith, made it awkward for the goalkeeper. And David Ford, who had an awkward moment with a corner here in the league game last month, did well to reach that because it just took a touch off Jack Smith, which made it difficult for him.
That's exactly what I was talking about. If Huddersfield get the ball into wide areas, here they are with Gary Robertson. He's right-footed, actually he can play with his left as well, and that's a wicked ball. A little touch, the keeper does superbly well, and then Millwall managed just to smuggle the ball away. But Millwall will struggle if they allow the Huddersfield wide players to get on the ball and supply crosses like that.
Harris, who's back in the side today, was among their scorers that day. Steve Morrison actually got his first for the club that day. Looking towards Morrison, away though by Peter Clark. Here's Laird. Smith, Morrison, and Smith has got into a decent position to cross. It's away by Peter Clark.
There's a fixture of the league game here, actually. Jack Smith looking to break forward from right back. Modern fullbacks, very important they get forward, and he'll continue to try and provide crosses.
And it's come here to Jack Smith. Neat layoff it was. Was that a handball? Big appeal. Well, Scott Barron then was absolutely convinced then that his shot struck a Huddersfield hand. Touched by Trotter. Ward having to be careful there, losing out on the bounce to Novak. You can see Rhodes getting forward, but released it early.
Just that final ball, the quality not there, but they are willing to chase the ball down. A bit ponderous at the back from Millwall, and very nearly paid a heavy price.
Well, one back by Tom Clark, slipped through by Roberts. Chance on here for Novak, beautifully slid across, and Rhodes somehow blazed it over.
There's a fantastic covering tackle here in the end. The question marks about the offside. The linesman doesn't give it. He gets his head up and plays a wonderful square ball. Surely Huddersfield are going to score, but what a tackle. And the centre half coming back on the cover there, doesn't give the ball up, and that is a timely intervention. That saves a certain goal.
Now Ford have to be on his mettle against a Huddersfield free kick. Neil Harris is trying to help out with the positioning of the wall. Having done that, he's now moved away. It's Drinkwater! Tried to catch the goalkeeper off guard, but he got across.
Well, it's a decent effort. There's not an awful lot of pace on the ball. That just gives David Ford a chance to get across. It looks a very good save, but Drinkwater working the keeper at least.
Kept in by Roberts. Cleared by Paul Robinson. Harris trying to manoeuvre it away from Roberts, who stuck to his task well, but Barron in there to follow up. And he's done well to get away here. Barron, great run, trip this time, was it? No. Yet again, Scott Barron denied a penalty.
Well, the first one was clear-cut. A good look at this one now as the tackle comes in on there. Keeps on his feet to Scott Barron. To me, I'm not sure whether he goes to ground a little bit too easily. The referee in a great position again. Twists and turns. There is a clip, actually. Peter Clark. Again, it's Peter Clark. He clips at Scott Barron. That looks a stonewall penalty. No wonder Kenny Jackett is furious.
Well, twice now Clark has got away with it. And on both occasions, up against Scott Barron, and on both occasions the referee seemed to be in a reasonable position to judge.
Absolutely, it's down to the referee, and you can see Neil Harris is saying why on earth has that not been given, but Barron again, he's having his save. It's just that little shake of the hips from Scott Barron, who went away from Peter Clark. He just cuts inside there. There's the clip, that left foot of Peter Clark. That's a penalty. It's a great positive run, driving run into the penalty area, commits defenders. The referee, you can see him there in the shot. He's got a great view. How on earth he's not given that, I'll never know.
I feel it's half-time. Tight game, two good teams, very competitive. Both sides seem today to know a lot about each other and cancelled out a little bit. I felt that we defended well and showed good spirit. We perhaps could have done a little bit better going forward, but when you consider the people that we have out who can make a difference in those areas, you know, the lads did very well.
I imagine that before the game you wouldn't have been too disappointed with 0-0.
No, you're right. I mean, we're still in it, and you know, we need a really big home performance now on Tuesday night to get through.
Yeah, it was a big away performance from us. We knew that it was going to be tough coming here. Huddersfield have been very good at home, and you know, come to attack you, and you know what to expect. So you know, it was important that the boys stayed strong. You know, we put in a big Millwall away day performance, and like I say, all it is, it's all to play for now. It's all on one game at the Den, so you know, we take home advantage, but it's still all to play for, so you know, we're not taking anything for granted.
The fans, from their point of view, obviously quite a few of them travelled up here today, and again, fantastic support, and it all bodes well for that return trip back to the Den. Yeah,
as ever, they made a lot of noise, and you know, really drove us on to the draw today. So delighted with the fans, and you know, by the end, it's great to see them happy, and you know, it's everything rolls on to Tuesday night now, where we need a big performance to bring the fans into play again.